Imagine looking in the mirror and realizing the muscle strength you once had is slowly slipping away. You try to open a stubborn jar, climb the stairs, or carry groceries, and suddenly, it feels harder than it used to. Now here's the shocking truth. After the age of 60, you naturally lose up to 1% of your muscle mass every single year if you don't take action. That means in just a decade, you could lose 10% of your strength, making everyday tasks exhausting, increasing your risk of falls, and stealing your independence. But here's the good news. You can fight back, and it doesn't require a gym membership or complicated diet. In this video, I'm going to reveal 3 powerful proteins that have been scientifically proven to stop muscle loss and even help you rebuild strength fast. Stay with me until the very end, because I'll not only share what these proteins are, but also how much you need, the best times to eat them, and the one mistake most seniors make that stops their muscles from growing. Your future strength, energy, and independence could depend on what you do next. Let's rewind for a moment. Think about your 20s or 30s. You could carry heavy grocery bags without thinking twice, climb stairs 2 at a time, or work in the garden all afternoon without feeling sore the next day. Back then, your body was naturally building and repairing muscle every single day without much effort from you. But after 60, something changes, and it's not just getting older. This process has a name: sarcopenia. It's the gradual loss of muscle mass and strength that starts in your 40s and speeds up in your 60s. Even if you stay active, your body's ability to use protein for muscle repair slows down. This means the same diet that worked for you at 40 might now be leaving your muscles starving for the building blocks they need. Here's the real danger. Muscle isn't just about strength or looking fit, it's your body's metabolic engine. Strong muscles help control your blood sugar, keep your bones stable, protect your joints, and even support brain health. Lose muscle, and you also lose energy, mobility, and your body's ability to protect itself from illness or injury. Unfortunately, most seniors don't realize this until it's too late. They think they're eating enough protein because they have eggs for breakfast or some chicken at dinner. But in reality, they're often eating less than half of what their body needs to maintain, let alone rebuild, muscle after 60. The good news? Studies show that the right types of protein, eaten in the right amounts and at the right times, can reverse muscle loss, even in people in their 80s. The key is knowing which proteins give you the most muscle-building power per bite and how to combine them with other simple lifestyle changes so your body actually uses them effectively. And that's exactly what we're diving into today. In the next section, I'm going to take you deep into the science of muscle loss, why it happens, and the surprising mistakes most people make when trying to fight it. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why your muscle health is your retirement insurance, and how the right proteins can help you keep it. Here's something most people over 60 don't hear from their doctors. By the time you reach this age, you may have already lost 25–50% of the muscle you had in your youth. And this isn't just about looking toned, it's about whether you can stay independent, walk without assistance, and avoid falls that could change your life forever. The medical term for this muscle loss is sarcopenia, and it's often called the silent epidemic because it creeps in without obvious warning signs until something happens. Maybe you notice you can't open a jar as easily as before, or you start feeling sore after carrying light groceries. For many, the first wake-up call is a fall, and falls are the leading cause of injury-related death for people over 65. But here's the shocker. Muscle loss isn't just caused by aging. Yes, hormones and metabolism slow down, but one of the biggest culprits is dietary neglect, especially when it comes to protein. Research shows that the average person over 60 eats 30–40% less protein than they need for optimal muscle maintenance. Why? Sometimes it's because of appetite changes, sometimes it's chewing or digestion issues, and sometimes it's simply because we've been told for decades to eat less meat or cut calories without considering the long-term effects on muscle. And when muscle starts disappearing, it triggers a dangerous chain reaction. Your metabolism slows, making weight gain, especially belly fat, more likely. Extra weight puts more pressure on your joints, causing pain and stiffness. Pain and stiffness make you move less, which speeds up muscle loss even more. Less movement means weaker bones, poorer balance, and higher fall risk. Another overlooked factor? Protein quality matters. Not all proteins are created equal. Some are harder for your body to break down and use, especially as you age. Others are missing essential amino acids your muscles need to repair and grow. And here's the harsh truth. Once you lose muscle, it's harder to get it back. That's why starting now is so critical. In a moment, I'll share the exact proteins that give you the fastest, most effective muscle-building boost after 60. But before we get there, I want to tell you the moment I realized I had to completely rethink my own approach, and the hidden truth that most people never hear. A few years ago, I had what I call my wake-up moment. It wasn't during a workout or a doctor's visit. It happened in my own kitchen. I had been feeling sluggish for months. Climbing stairs left me breathless, and my knees seemed to ache more each week. I chalked it up to just getting older. Then one morning, as I reached for a jar from the top shelf, I realized something shocking. I actually struggled to lift it. My hands felt weak, and my arms had less strength than I remembered. That's when it hit me. I wasn't just tired. I was getting weaker. Later that day, I came across a study in a medical journal that shook me to my core. It showed that people over 60 who maintained high-quality protein intake had 40% better muscle strength than those who didn't, regardless of exercise level. The researchers explained that after 60, your body becomes less efficient at using protein for muscle repair. That means you need more, not less, if you want to maintain strength. I realized my own diet had slipped over the years. I was eating less protein than I did in my 40s, thinking I was being healthy by focusing on salads, fruit, and light meals. But I was starving my muscles without realizing it. The hidden truth is this: you can't out-exercise a poor protein intake after 60. Muscle loss is not inevitable. It's a choice once you know the fix. The right proteins at the right amounts can literally turn back the clock on your strength. This moment was both humbling and empowering. Humbling because I had ignored the gradual decline, and empowering because now I knew there was a solution, a specific, science-backed approach to rebuilding muscle, starting with what I put on my plate. That day, I committed to learning exactly which proteins work best for people over 60, and how to make them easy, affordable, and enjoyable. And when I applied these changes, I didn't just regain strength, I regained confidence. Now I'm going to share the exact 3 proteins that made the biggest difference, and why they could change your life too. Let's get right to it. The 3 proteins I'm about to share are backed by research, easy to find, and proven to help adults over 60 stop muscle loss and even rebuild it. But here's the key. It's not just about eating more protein. It's about choosing the right kind, in the right amount, at the right time, so your body can actually use it. Protein number 1, high-quality animal protein, eggs, fish, lean poultry. Why it works? Animal proteins contain all 9 essential amino acids in the right ratios for muscle repair, especially leucine, the amino acid most responsible for triggering muscle growth. Best picks, eggs, particularly the yolk, which contains vital nutrients like vitamin D and choline. Fatty fish, salmon, mackerel, sardines. Protein, plus omega-3s, which help reduce inflammation in aging muscles. Lean poultry, chicken or turkey breast for a high-protein, low-fat option. How much? Aim for 25-30 grams of protein per meal. That's about 3 eggs or a palm-sized portion of fish, chicken. Protein number 2, whey protein isolate. Why it works? Whey protein is one of the fastest digesting proteins, meaning it gets to your muscles quickly after you eat it. it's also high in leucine, perfect for older adults whose bodies are less responsive to smaller protein doses. Best picks: whey protein isolate, not concentrate, for easier digestion and less lactose. How to use: mix a scoop into water, milk, or a smoothie within 30 minutes after resistance exercise, or use it as a breakfast boost. Protein, number 3, plant-based powerhouses, lentils, quinoa, tofu. Why it works: plant proteins are rich in fiber, antioxidants, and unique compounds that support overall health. When combined correctly, they can provide all essential amino acids. Best picks: lentils plus quinoa. Together, they form a complete protein profile. Tofu, high in protein and calcium, great for bone and muscle health. How to use: add to soups, salads, or stir-fries to bump up your daily protein without excess fat. The timing secret studies show that spacing protein evenly across the day, instead of eating most at dinner, improves muscle synthesis in older adults. That means 25-30 green at breakfast, lunch, and dinner is far more effective than 10 GRE in the morning and 60 greens at night. Why these 3 work together: animal proteins provide the fastest muscle repair. Whey protein fills in gaps and works quickly post-exercise. Plant proteins add variety, longevity benefits, and nutrient diversity. By rotating and combining these, you avoid nutrient gaps, reduce inflammation, and keep your muscles nourished all day long. And remember, it's never too late to start. Even people in their 80s can gain strength with the right protein strategy. Let me share some real-life examples so you can see just how powerful these 3 proteins can be for people over 60. Case study 1. Mary, the 68-year-old gardener. Mary loved tending to her flowers, but noticed she was getting weaker. Even carrying a watering can felt heavy. Her doctor told her she had early-stage sarcopenia. What changed? Mary started having 2 boiled eggs with whole grain toast at breakfast, a whey protein shake after her afternoon walks, and a lentil soup with quinoa for dinner. Results: in just 10 weeks, she gained 4 pounds of lean muscle and said, "I feel like my legs are mine again." She went from needing a rest after 15 minutes in the garden to working for over an hour without fatigue. Case study 2. James, the 72-year-old retiree. James played golf twice a week but had trouble finishing a full 18 holes. His arms felt sore and weak, especially when swinging the club. What changed? James replaced his usual cereal breakfast with scrambled eggs and smoked salmon, added a whey protein shake post-game, and started eating tofu stir-fries twice a week. Results: after 3 months, not only did his game improve, but he noticed his posture was better and his back pain had reduced. He joked, "My golf buddies are asking what supplements I'm on. I just tell them it's breakfast." Case study 3. Linda, the 65-year-old new grandmother. Linda wanted to be active with her grandkids, but found herself easily winded and sore after playing. What changed? She began spreading protein evenly across her meals: Greek yogurt with berries for breakfast, chicken salad for lunch, and lentil curry for dinner. She also sipped on a whey protein shake after her twice-weekly resistance band workouts. Results: in 2 months, she reported more energy, less soreness, and the ability to carry her 2-year-old granddaughter up the stairs without feeling out of breath. These examples prove that age doesn't limit your ability to build muscle. Strategy does. The right proteins in the right amounts can bring dramatic changes in strength, mobility, and independence. And here's the best part: you can start seeing results in as little as 6 to 8 weeks when you make these proteins a daily habit. Now that you know which proteins to eat, let's create a step-by-step plan so you can start today. No confusion, no guesswork. Step 1. Calculate your protein needs. If you're over 60, you should aim for 1.2–1.5 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight daily. Example: if you weigh 70 kilo, 154 lbs, that's about 85–105 grams of protein per day. This amount helps stimulate muscle protein synthesis and prevents muscle loss. Step 2. Spread protein across all meals. Instead of eating all your protein at dinner, distribute it evenly throughout the day. Breakfast, 25 to 30 green protein. Lunch, 25-30 green protein. Dinner, 25-30 green protein. Optional snack shake, 15-20 green protein. This keeps your muscles nourished all day and promotes steady repair. Step 3. Choose your protein sources. From our top 3 recommendations: eggs, whey protein, and lentils. Here's how to fit them into your routine. Breakfast, 2 to 3 boiled eggs or an omelet with veggies. Snack, whey protein shake with milk or water. Or lunch/dinner, lentil soup, quinoa with lentils, or lentil salad. You can rotate in chicken breast, Greek yogurt, tofu, or fish for variety. Step 4. Pair protein with resistance. Exercise muscle growth is not just about eating protein. You must signal your muscles to grow. Do light resistance training 2 or 3 times per week. Resistance bands, light dumbbells, or bodyweight exercises. Even simple exercises like squats, wall push-ups, and step-ups can help your muscles use the protein more effectively. Step 5. Track your progress. Every 2 weeks, note your weight and muscle definition, energy levels during daily activities, strength improvements, e.g., lifting grocery bags, climbing stairs. Seeing results will keep you motivated. Step 6. Build a routine, not a diet. The goal is not to try this for a while, but to make it your new normal. Have your grocery list ready every week. Prepare protein-rich meals in batches so you're never caught unprepared. Set reminders to take your protein shake after workouts. With this plan, you're not just eating healthier, you're actively reversing muscle loss. If you commit to it for 90 days, you'll be amazed at how much stronger, more stable, and more energetic you feel. Even with the right plan, there are common mistakes that can sabotage your progress. And many people over 60 make them without realizing it. Mistake 1. Eating too little protein. Some seniors think they're getting enough protein, but when they actually track it, they're eating half of what they need. Fix. Use a free tracking app or write it down for a week. You'll be surprised how easy it is to underestimate. Mistake 2. Skipping resistance training. You can eat the perfect diet, but without muscle stimulation, most of that protein won't go toward muscle repair. It will simply be used for energy. Fix. Even if you can't do heavy lifting, commit to bodyweight exercises, resistance bands, or light weights. Mistake 3. Relying on processed protein sources. Not all protein is equal. Relying on high-sodium deli meats, fried chicken, or processed shakes with lots of sugar can harm your health. Fix. Focus on whole food proteins like eggs, lentils, lean meats, and high-quality whey protein with minimal additives. Mistake 4. Inconsistent intake. Eating a lot of protein one day and very little the next won't help you maintain muscle. Your body needs steady, daily intake. Fix. Spread protein evenly through the week and across meals. Mistake 5. Ignoring hydration. Protein metabolism requires adequate water. Dehydration can slow muscle recovery and make you feel sluggish. Fix. Aim for at least 6 to 8 glasses of water daily, more if you're active. Avoid these traps and you'll see much faster and longer-lasting results from your efforts. Remember, muscle health is a daily investment, not a one-time fix. Close your eyes for a moment and picture yourself 6 months from now. You wake up and instead of struggling to get out of bed, you swing your legs over the side and stand up easily. Your knees feel steady, your arms feel stronger. The jar that used to be impossible to open now twists off without effort. You walk into the kitchen without that little ache in your hips slowing you down. You notice the difference most when you're doing things you love. Gardening without fatigue, walking with friends without stopping to catch your breath, or carrying your grandchild without fear of dropping them. Muscle health isn't just about looking fit, it's about freedom. The freedom to travel without worrying about stairs. The freedom to enjoy hobbies without pain. The freedom to live without relying on others for simple tasks. And here's the best part. Once you build that strength back, maintaining it becomes easier. Those proteins you've been eating, the exercises you've been doing, and the small daily choices you've made will continue to pay off year after year. By investing in your muscles now, you're buying yourself more good years, years filled with independence, vitality, and confidence. So when you look ahead, don't just think about adding more years to your life. Think about adding more life to your years. So here's the bottom line. Muscle loss after 60 is not inevitable. It's a challenge, yes, but it's one you can fight and win. And the key is action. You now know the 3 powerful proteins that can help stop muscle loss fast. You've learned why your muscles weaken with age, the hidden mistakes that make it worse, and the exact steps to turn things around. But remember, knowledge without action changes nothing. Every day you delay, you're giving muscle loss a head start. Every day you act, you're rebuilding your strength, your independence, and your quality of life. Don't wait for another birthday, another ache, another limitation. Start today. Add these proteins to your meals. Stay consistent. Watch your strength return and your confidence grow. Because life after 60 should be about living, not slowing down. Your muscles are your freedom. Protect them, nourish them, and they will carry you for years to come.